Hi there, and welcome to our second piano lesson. In this lesson, we're going to cover number 1, finding the C position, number 2, your first left hand finger exercise, and number 3, using a metronome to practice. So before we dive into our playing, I want to show you an easy way to find the starting notes, which I call the C position. All of your finger exercises at the piano are going to begin in this position, as well as the first few songs that you learn on this channel. You start with your thumb on middle C, and you find middle C by looking for a group of 3, then a group of 2, and then that white note in front of each group of 2, anywhere on the piano is always C. We're using middle C, which is right where we're sitting in the middle of the piano. I put my thumb on middle C, and I use this part of the thumb to touch middle C. The rest of my hand naturally curved, nothing else is engaged. I can play that middle C with my right hand. Let's play that middle C with my left hand. Both thumbs together, they can barely fit. So now let's hop that left hand down a few notes. You're in C position. This is the position that we're going to be learning from our first few lessons. So let's try that again. Both our thumbs on middle C. And then our finger numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When you hear that, you know I'm ready for my exercise. Next, we're going to learn the left hand pattern of Hanon's first finger exercise. If you remember from the first lesson, Hanon is a legendary book of finger exercises. In our first lesson, we learned the right hand. You can skip back to lesson 1 for a refresher. Now in this lesson 2, we're going to learn the left hand. These exercises are designed to help you develop your finger dexterity and control, which are essential for playing the piano fluently. So let's get started. First, sit comfortably at the piano with your hands resting naturally on the keys in a very relaxed position. All right, now here's the first pattern. First, let's get into C position. Getting in that position. Ready? Let's take the right hand down, and we're just going to focus on the left hand today. With the left hand, the pattern is the same, but the fingers are a little different. So this, you start with your pinky. Skip the next note. Line up your fingers. That's 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep relaxing your hand over and over again. If you feel anything else moving, relax it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Skip that note. Line up your fingers. Relax. 4, 3, 2, 1. We're just using the finger weight. We can move at our wrist and just let that finger weight play the note. 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Skip. 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to stop there on C. Now that we've learned what notes to play and how to play them, let's talk about how we're going to practice. And the answer is with a metronome. A metronome will help you develop a strong internal sense of rhythm and timing, allowing you to play with more precision and accuracy. So, what is a metronome? A metronome is a device that produces an audible click at a regular interval called beats per minute. Just like your heart and your pulse, it can go faster and slower. You set the tempo. Now, I bet you didn't know that you already had a metronome. You can easily locate a metronome online. Here are some ways. There are physical gadgets in all these online stores, or you can look on your keyboard and you may have one built in. You can look in the App Store for a metronome. Both Android and Apple have metronome app versions. And finally, if none of those are appropriate for you, you can go to google.com and use their free metronome. Just go to Google and search metronome, and a simple metronome that you can adjust will pop up. So, how fast should you set your metronome to practice this first exercise? Great question, which also leads us to our first look at real sheet music. The tempo marking is always in the top left at the very start of sheet music. All composers will indicate the speed of the song before anything else. Here, Hanon put this, 60 to 108. This means that you should start learning with your metronome at 60, the slowest speed. Then, gradually, day by day, increase the beats per minute by 1 until you are eventually playing this exercise at 108. Here's how to play this exercise with the metronome set to 60 beats per minute. It may feel challenging at first, but with practice, you'll develop a great ability to stay on tempo, which is critical for playing with other musicians or orchestras. So give it a try. Grab a metronome and start practicing. So that's it for our first piano lesson. I hope you enjoyed it and learned something new. You're already on your way to becoming a piano master. Keep going! And please like and subscribe to be notified of new lessons. Happy practicing!